I have a very large face.
Trust me, darling, that isn't a problem.
Lapsang souchong, I'm telling you, ladies. Lapsang souchong.
Oh, how
yes,
classy.
just letting you know.
Thank you. Builders, as always. But before we go any further, can I say like and subscribe to us on YouTube?
Right. Like and follow us on Facebook. And definitely follow us on Twitter. And don't forget to tweet.
And of course, don't forget Instagram. Instagram is the best. Please, on Instagram today. Thank you.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now listen, the winner of our competition, do you remember our competition, ladies?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Well, the winner was Tracy May. Okay.
Hooray.
And we couldn't get her on the show. We wanted her to come on here, but we couldn't get her. So she's done a little film for us and she's got a lovely message. So we're going to show that.
I'm loving your get-togethers. It's like having the girls round for coffee or a glass of wine. It's absolutely fantastic. Love watching you through the day. And I'd just like to say a huge, huge thank you for picking me as your competition winner. It's fantastic to have something to look forward to at the end of lockdown. The kids are so excited and I'm excited about the case of wine. Thanks ever so much. Take care, stay safe.
Thank you. And she's lovely, isn't she?
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Lovely
Great
winner.
competition though. She got some great prizes there.
She did.
Yeah, not that I'm bitter, because I'm not bitter.
No, not I'm twisted, not
Very
bitter
happy for
twisted
her.
at all. Can I
There
just
will
say
be
one
others.
thing? I have a lovely t-shirt on called Drama Queen. Now I don't know why my daughter insists that I wear this, because I don't know who she means.
That's a big
Yeah.
One of her little bit of you. Drama Queen.
Little bit of you.
Okay.
That little bit of you. Absolutely.
Little bit of you.
Ooh. I know, that's a fabulous website.
I know. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you more.
Yes. I have to say that we're getting loads and loads of brilliant, wonderful emails from people like our amazing Alex Hewson from Warrington. Yeah. We've spoken about her before. And she's actually, as a result of us, she's actually starting her own Wonderbirds inspired group, which is incredible.
Really?
Oh, I love her. Yeah, she really, I mean, honestly, she just said to say to you girls how much she enjoys the show and that we've really inspired her. But I think she's inspired us. And
totally, we're there for each other, aren't we? That's why we start.
You know what? Everybody, I think it's been fantastic for all of us, don't you?
Yeah, and that's what we're here for, you know, for people to come on and enjoy.
Exactly. And another lady called Brigitte Sawyer, who's a French lady, who said again, she's enjoying Wonderbirds so much. She tunes in all the time. So thank you guys, because you know what? It's actually something to wake up and get on makeup on and get dressed up for, isn't it? All of us together.
Make people smile.
I must say that we are helped quite a lot by Wines with Stories. You bet.
We certainly are. I've had a wonderful weekend, but just before that, I just wanted to check with you, Dee. What makeup are you talking about? None of us wear makeup.
Anyway, never worn it in my life.
Wine. Just getting back to wine. I had the sparkling rosé from Wines with Stories.
Oh, yes.
Sensation. Yes. It was just divine.
Yes, it is fabulous.
I had the skinny Prosecco, which was absolutely gorgeous. The skinny Prosecco, in fact, is a Prosecco with half the calories of normal Prosecco. And it's gorgeous.
Are you saying it's a health drink?
Yes, a health drink, obviously. And Sherrie, what did you have at the weekend?
Well, I mean, I don't like to keep admitting it because it sounds terrible, but I do love their red. It's as smooth as a baby's bottom, as they say. But I don't like Prosecco and I don't like champagne. I never have. But theirs, I mean, the problem is it's like pop, and you just drink it.
Yeah.
And there's
think of it as hydration, as a fruit drink, and don't worry about it. We're in lockdown.
Well,
it doesn't
can
matter.
I just ask you this? So I opened the Prosecco and I thought, right, I'll just have one glass. So I thought, now how do I preserve it? So am I right? I stuck a teaspoon in the top of the bottle.
That's right.
That's
I
right.
don't know what it does, but
Apparently it does something. I'm not sure that it ever does anything really, but usually I don't have enough left to do that with in the end.
well, I put the teaspoon in the top of the bottle and I put it in the fridge. 10 minutes later, I took the teaspoon out, threw the teaspoon away and drank the bottle.
There you go.
That was a pointless waste
Perfect.
of time.
Perfect.
Oh, goodness. So it's not just me then that does that?
No,
No.
terrible. I've got to stop
Good.
it.
You see, it's great to talk to you girls, because otherwise I thought I was the only alcoholic on the planet.
Well, your other problem is all the hairs that grow out of your chin. So you've got a bigger problem than
As a result of that, actually, because actually I can't see them. I mean, when they say blind drunk, you know what I mean?
they're right.
They're right. Oh, listen, girls, we got the most amazing guest, and he is, wait for it, Sanjeev Bhaskar.
Yes. Oh, there
Are you
we
there?
are. What are you reading? Oh, nearly caught you then, Sanjeev.
Hi, what were you reading?
Hiya.
Oh. Tell us
I thought in
about
some
that.
way, well, this is, you know, a few years ago, to celebrate 65 years of Thunderbirds, they did a, you know, they had old audio recordings that were released on record, and which they then kind of did, you know, shot in a modern fashion, if you like. And I don't know if you'd be able to see this, but let me...
Glasses on. Bear with.
Oh my goodness!
Yay!
Oh,
So they-
Love the eyebrows.
fantastic.
Now, don't you think that just looks like Scott has blacked up? It is.
That is brilliant.
I mean,
That is amazing.
it was the first new puppet I think that was made in 50 years, and they sort of modelled it on me. So the most
what
huge
an
honour.
honour! What
Yeah.
an honour!
Oh,
Massive.
that's
Fantastic.
an honour for us too. The honour.
Fabulous.
Welcome to the nest.
Thank
Yes,
you.
welcome.
Yeah.
And tell me about how you've been coping in lockdown. I mean, I know I've heard this thing about masks. Some people wear them, some people don't. What's going on with you? Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's I think today, as of this morning, earlier today, the lockdown was supposedly eased. A lot of people, kids going back to school, and businesses opening and everything. And what struck me was just popping to the shops. I was the only one wearing a mask, and there was no social distancing. And it seems that, you know, last week we were at sort of level 4, and people were shielding, and people, you know, all those things that we were supposed to be doing. And so in a weekend, it's suddenly all changed. And I think a lot of people have equated the easing of lockdown with the easing of taking precautions.
Yeah,
and so,
definitely.
Yes.
Psychologically, people are very tired of it, and you know, some people have really struggled in a terribly difficult way. So I can understand that frustration completely, but to suddenly sort of let go of all the precautions publicly just seemed a little strange to me.
But people are confused, Sanjeev, aren't they, about, you know, what they should do, shouldn't do. Should you wear a mask? Should you wear gloves? I know they do in Spain. People that I know in Spain wear them all the time. But I've got a little tip for you for a mask, if you're really interested. Harriet, who has very large things, she has bras, and she could probably give you one, and she cuts them, and you can use them on your face. Don't you, Harriet?
That's right, darling. It's a sideline.
Yes.
It's had a natural evolving. And
It's a sideline.
I have a very large face.
trust me, darling, that isn't a problem. In fact, there's probably room to spare.
And we said we'd be gentle with you.
I said, don't scandalise, darling. Not a problem.
You've got a good little business going there, Sanjeev.
I think you are rendered speechless by that, aren't you?
Well, listen, I'm all for recycling. I think recycling is very important.
Right.
And I can only imagine the kind of names one could be called. remembering such a thing.
Sanjeev, we last got together, we were doing it was the Casting Directors Awards ceremony, and you were
that's right.
co-hosting that, and there were many actors and performers there, and I was there to try and raise money for Acting for Others, as I'm one of their ambassadors, and I felt it was like everyone was about to do their Shakespeare speech or their modern, and I do remember threatening the casting directors that if they didn't give money and put money in the bucket that I have, that I would send them my show reel hourly. They didn't deliver. But it was an amazing evening to be in a room, in a theatre full, wasn't it? Of casting directors.
Yeah.
The pressure. Oh my God.
It was, I know. Well, this is the thing. On the one hand, it's only been the last year where casting directors have been recognised for their input into the industry, which has always surprised me because it's such an intrinsic part of the process. And also that you know, the thing I love about what I do is the fact that it's collaborative. That you know, right now, that you know, the five of us could come up with an idea that I could never have come up with on my own, and to me that is magical. That's absolutely magical. And within that process, whether it's casting people, whether it's costume, whether it's makeup, whether it's the set designers, whether it's the chippies or whatever, everybody plays their part, and that's what, you know, creates the thing at the end that hopefully people enjoy. So the fact that the casting directors hadn't been recognised was a really important thing. But you're absolutely right. For every actor in there, you were getting up in front of a room of casting directors.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Can I ask you, Sanjeev, before we went into lockdown, you were doing Sandylands. So
that's
will
right.
that
yes.
come back, do we think?
To the very honest answer is I don't know. I'm not sure a decision had been made about it going to a full series. I was I was about 2/3 of the way through Unforgotten, which is another series that I do. So we've got a month to finish on that at some point.
Oh,
but other than that, I mean, I did. Chris Lang, who writes it, I did text him and say, look, is there any chance that you could perhaps rewrite some scenes where my character just eats chocolate eclairs? It was just try to explain the sudden kind of like weight change within a scene.
I know,
you know,
it's terrible.
Yeah, well, you know how it is where you kind of shoot exteriors at separate times to interiors. So I could be walking up to a house and then as I walk through the door have suddenly gained 2 stone. And I know the camera does add 2 stone.
Not instantly.
Not instantly.
Sanjeev, what I want to ask you is, I mean, your career is so diverse. What do you actually prefer, comedy or drama? I mean, because I've loved you in everything that you do, and I love the way that you can flip over. I mean, I love Unforgotten, I love all of that lot. But what do you actually prefer the most?
Do you know what? That's very kind of you. Thank you. I love the variety. I love the fact that, you know, at the beginning of any given year, that, you know, whether it be a little bit in a film or TV or radio or stage or anything that has a creative outlet, I feel really lucky to be involved in. I think partly it's because I started quite late. I was 34 when I started acting, and
so 5 years ago, is that right?
2 years ago, I thought.
Oh, any other bits?
What were you doing before? What were you doing before you were an actor?
I worked in marketing for about 8 years. So did a degree in that. And bizarrely, actually, where it's come in useful, very useful, has been that I kind of realised fairly quickly and quite early on that going into castings or you know, trying to get a job in something is that they view you as a product in a marketplace.
Yes.
And so you know how it's so it's easy and understandable to take not getting a job so personally, that it's about you. They didn't want you. That actually, when I thought they didn't want this particular product in their marketplace, it just allowed a little bit of a buffer. It wasn't a rejection of me and everything I stand for.
Very good.
I remember a casting director saying to me, a very cruel casting director saying to me, that all actors are like a bar of soap, and they have a sell-by date on the bottom of them. And as soon as that sell-by date's up, they're out. And I thought, Jesus,
Wow.
but it's kind of like that marketing thing, isn't it? There's a sell-by date. I'm not sure that's so true now, but
I don't necessarily, but I do agree with you, Sanjeev, because my mother was an agent, and she always used to say that to me as well. Just look at yourself every time you go up for a job. Look at yourself as the product. Go in there, and if they don't buy it, they don't buy it. But always view yourself, and I say that to my kids. They're both actors. View yourself as the product. Is the way you sell yourself. Your website, your CV is you're doing a marketing job. Never see it as yourself. You never get a job not because you're not good enough. It's because you're not right.
Yeah, I think that's right, man.
My product is I don't have a sell-by date. It's long life. So if you're smart, you have a long life.
It's true. Do you know what, Sherrie, when you were talking about your agent suggesting that actors were like bars of soaps, I honestly thought you were heading in the direction of if you rub them the wrong way, they eventually disappear. That's what I thought you were going, but they smell nice. And
well, I could have gone somewhere else with the story.
You could have done.
I was going to say, that's the late night version.
So Sanjeev, what's happening now? Do you know of any of the products, any of the productions you're doing? Are they coming back? Are you going back to work? Do you know anything that's going on?
Well, Unforgotten only because we've started it and we were so in it that I know that we'll be going back to that at some stage. But I think for a lot of new productions, I think they deferred them until they knew what was happening. And the problem is that we don't know what's happening. So, I did hear rumour that a lot of productions are having to employ a sort of COVID director or something to kind of make sure that everything is kind of COVID compliant on set. So all those
compliant
intimate scenes are going to be interesting, aren't they, really?
Well, I know. How do you do that? I mean, they don't, obviously. But Coronation Street's gone back, and we had Daniel Brocklebank, and he said there's two people in the scene, and they've got to shoot it in such a way that it looks like they're next to each other, but in fact they're there. So there's no bed scenes or pub scenes or kissing scenes or no snogging at all, he said. So all the people that live with each other and are married can't go near each other. I think that's just bizarre, but I guess they've gone back to work, and that's all that matters, isn't it?
Yeah.
And also I think that with any crisis, I can't say of this kind because there's never been one of this kind, is that it challenges people creatively, and so creative solutions do emerge, and those can be really interesting sometimes.
I think it's quite an exciting time in a funny kind of way, because it makes people think of things like this.
And the thing is, we came up with this show, and we'd never have chatted to you like this, and we'd never have realised that you were a Thunderbird.
Exactly. Well, I kind of knew.
Thunderbird. Wow.
I knew.
Well, I think that the fact that you've done this again, it's you've channeled your creativity into something that's fun and positive and a lovely distraction for people, and you can't really ask for more under these circumstances. I think the other thing is that with these kind of situations, people get understandably really anxious and scared and worried about the future or even about the present, and we forget that people think that's who they are in those moments, and people forget that we are at the same time those elements of kind of hope and humor and creativity and particularly kindness, and those kind of fade into the background, and it's what you're doing here is a lovely reminder that we're all those other people as well, that hasn't
thank you
thank you.
I was watching some comedy programs and looking at how everyone's doing them from their home, chat shows now. They don't have to have a live audience. And that was so fascinating to see that actually people can just do it in their kitchen, as we all are.
As we all are.
And learning how to do all that, and learning about Zoom and things like that. Yeah. No way in the world did I think I could, manage this.
Turn on a computer.
But listen, you've been the most fantastic guest. I wish you could stay. We could talk to you for hours and hours.
I know. Would you come back?
Yes, please come back and see us again.
I would love to. How lovely of you to ask
Thank
me,
you.
and thank you very much for
But
the.
before you go,
pleasure.
Sanjeev, I must ask you, I did read somewhere, tell me if I'm wrong, that there was a talk about the Kumars coming back. Is that not true?
Well, if someone listened in on a conversation that Mia and I were having, obviously, it's been no more official than that. But it's it's a show that I really love doing.
God, I love it.
Please,
thank you.
We hope
Please
so.
come back.
Absolutely.
Please.
We hope so.
If we do, you'll all have to come on.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
We've got it.
It's
We've
a
got it on
date.
tape. We've got it on tape. There's no chance now that we're not going to do that. You know.
You've done it now. Absolutely.
You're locked
done
in.
it.
You have.
Literally.
Lovely to see you. Thank you for
You
coming.
too.
Lovely to
Thank
see
Bless
you.
you.
indeed.
Bless you.
Bye-bye.
Bless you.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you.
Love to Mira.
Bye.
What an uplifting
Oh,
afternoon. Oh my
gorgeous.
God.
Fantastic.
Fabulous guy.
Isn't he gorgeous? Thank you, Dee, for bringing on your
Yes,
friends.
thank you. Because
Oh, it's a pleasure.
I've
I'm
always just loved him.
what a
He's
lovely,
amazing.
lovely man.
Lovely.
He is gorgeous. Right. Well, we're now on to Wednesday. What to watch?
Oh,
yes.
Wednesday. So if you've got anything
Right.
that you've been watching, think that we should know about, let us know, because we've got a
Yes.
few things that we've been watching. And Dr. Tracy Mountford is coming back on
Oh,
Wednesday
yes.
Uh-oh.
Love
I've had to
her.
have a lot of therapy since her last meeting with us
I
in the nest.
know.
Head shrinking.
I mean, no, don't say it, Dee. I mean,
But
I'm
we-
sorry.
I think we're gonna- I think
It's
we're gonna
out
talk-
there.
It's out there. But I think we're going to talk this time about, how to get ourselves looking better without having to have any cosmetic surgery. Just a few little
Really?
secrets.
That is not possible.
even with my eyes sinking back into my head and my whole head shrinking to nothing.
No, it's not possible.
No,
Unless she's got a
Right.
magic wand.
let's hope.
It is. Well, I think she does have a magic wand.
Ah,
Okay.
well then.
Ooh.
She can come
And
back.
also, I think the nice thing is that she looks so good herself, doesn't she? She's pretty
She
gorgeous.
does.
Yeah, and she's
Yeah,
such
she's
a
beautiful.
lovely lady.
It's
Really
very
nice
inspiring, considering she's 107.
Yeah.
Yes, I know.
Her head hasn't
I
Amazing.
don't know. Good for her age.
Her eyes are
Very
there
good.
and her head hasn't shrunken. Explain.
No.
Aha! I think she has secrets that we need to know about. Anyway,
Certainly do
thank
on
you.
Wednesday.
Yes, we'll see you all on Wednesday. Thank you all for joining us. It's been a brilliant show today. I've really enjoyed
Thank
myself.
you.
I've
Me
really,
too.
Who?
he is just the most fabulous man. We've all got a job.
Yeah,
Yay!
Yeah, we have.
What more can
Oh,
we ask for?
guys.
See you
Love you
Wednesday.
all.
Bye.
See you Wednesday.